So we are discussing in BEEHIVE class 9 a truly beautiful mind. Yes, and as you all said that it is about Albert Einstein. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
The man actually who discovered theory of relativity. Now this story is briefly summed up as follows. Actually, Einstein was born on 14th March 17 1879. He was born on 14th March 1879 in the city of Ulm in Germany. Where was he born?
In the city of in
And
Germany.
right from the birth, there was no indication that he was going to be a great person. There was no sign or there was no indication whatsoever of his greatness. Ask sir why?
Why?
Generally, people believe that children gifted or intelligent are born with a special sign and symbols, a special gesture, a special, characteristics. But there was no characteristics of a special feature associated with Einstein as a child.
Child.
There was nothing, any kind of indication that he was going to be a great person, going to be a
Great
person.
rather ordinarily he was a very ordinary child. For 2.5 years he could not speak. Just imagine. And even if he learned to speak, he spoke every word twice. He spoke every word.
Twice.
That was also a kind of abnormal, thing in the child. And not only that, his mother always considered him a freak, a kind of crazy child. Crazy?
Child.
And she decided that it's better that he should concentrate on music. So she just wanted that Einstein should learn how to play violin. And it is surprising that Einstein learned to play violin at the age of 6. At the age of
6.
then later on, when he joined school, he didn't show much progress in his schooling. Ask sir why?
Why, sir?
He didn't take interest in normal, subjects like English and history and other subjects. His only interest was in maths and physics. Maths and
Physics.
so he didn't show much progress in schooling. His results was not very good. So his headmaster once told his father that whatever profession he may choose, whatever work he may choose, he would never make a success. What did his headmaster told his father? His headmaster told Einstein father that whatever Einstein chose to do in his life, he would never make a success. He would never make a
Success.
what a poor remark he gave. And then what happened actually? He hated the regimentation in school. He didn't like too much of discipline in school, too much of regimentation and too much of rules and regulation. He always hated. He had always a clash with the teachers regarding too much of regimentation and too much of rules and regulation. And that is the reason why he left school in between. Anyhow, he managed to complete his schooling and then he shifted to Munich, a place where there was a very good school. There he, was educated very well. And after getting school education, he was shifted to Milan. He was shifted to
Milan.
and then there actually he started studying at a university particularly known for scientific research. And he met a girl, Melavia Mary. Melavia
Many.
and he fell in love with her. Melavia Merrick was also very intelligent, and perhaps her intelligence attracted Einstein. Einstein was also a favorite of her, or he liked her because she hated Philistines. She hated
Philistines.
and Einstein was dead against Philistines. So, both of them had a correspondence with letters, and there were affectionate words written in their letters, and that was discovered by many of their fellows, friends, that they were perhaps in love with each other. And then finally, both of them, Melavia Merrick and Einstein, both together decided to, go for research. They started working on the project theory of relativity in the college itself. In the college
Itself.
at the age of 21, Einstein got graduation. He got graduated at the very, earliest stage at the age of 21. At what age he got graduated? At the age 21. And after 10 years of his graduation, both Melavia and Einstein together worked on the project theory of relativity, and he discovered the theory of relativity, and his journal was published 10 years after his university degree. 10 years after. And you'll be surprised to know that in the year 1921 he was awarded with Nobel Prize in Physics for his work theory of relativity. When was he awarded Nobel Prize In the year 1921, check it please. In the year 1921, he was awarded with the Nobel Prize, for physics for his work Theory of Relativity. Many awards and many recognitions came all over the world. All over the world, he was, greeted and congratulated by the people and the scientists. And he really became an exemplary figure in science. His work in physics made the whole world know everything about that. It was he who wrote to the American president that time, Roosevelt, that the atomic bomb would destroy this world. But they didn't listen to him. Despite his warning to the American president Roosevelt, the American president and the American people didn't listen to his advice, and they threw the atom bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki during the World War.
1945.
And the beautiful city of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were destroyed. So, and he also wrote to the United Nations that the world is in the threat of atomic war, and now it has become true. Whatever he said long ago has become true. Even the United Nations didn't pay attention to his words, and today this condition has become very fatal when many of the countries are equipped with nuclear arms. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So that is how we sum up the story of Albert Einstein, that he was really brilliant, but nobody could acknowledge his talent. In the childhood, everybody thought him as an inferior child. Nobody liked his behavior. Even his mother called him a freak. His playmates didn't play with him. They called him brother boring. Brother
Boring.
And all this, proves that it is not necessary for any child that he should be born with a special gift and a special sign and a special greatness. A special,
Greatness.
any ordinary child can become great in the world if he desires. If he,
Desires.
like Einstein, who had no sign of greatness in his childhood, became such a great scientist. So the people should always change their mind about the future of the child. They should never underestimate the talent of a child. Even if a child doesn't do very well in his schooling, he should not be discouraged. He should not be, he should be encouraged, because he may do better things in other areas, particularly in research and development. That is why it is advised to the people that they should never consider any child as an inferior child.
Inferior.
Thank you very much. This was a brief of Albert Einstein summary, and now we will just go for one paragraph explanation. First paragraph.
Albert Einstein was born on 14 March 1879 in the German city of Ulm, without any indication that he was destined for greatness. On the contrary, his mother thought Albert was a freak.
Just wait. Actually, there was no sign of greatness at the time of his birth, and he was often considered as an inferior child. His mother always called him a freak, a crazy child. A crazy
child.
Yes, go ahead.
To her, his head seemed much too large. At the age of 2.5, Einstein still wasn't talking.
Yeah, even for 2.5 years, Einstein was not speaking at all. He was not able to speak a single word up to 2.5 years. And whenever he spoke every word twice. Every word
Twice.
And his head was little bit larger. Not normal size. It was exceedingly large. So his mother thought that it was awkwardly large. Awkwardly
Large.
not a normal head of a child at the time of birth. Yes.
Einstein did not know what to do with the other children, and his playmates called him Brother Boring.
Yeah, what did his playmates call him?
Brother Boring.
Because he didn't like to play with his playmates. He played off by himself, and most of his playmates avoid his company. They played by themselves, and he played himself. And mostly he played with the mechanical toys. Yes, Rita.
So the youngster played by himself much of the time. He especially loved mechanical toys.
What did he love? What did Einstein love to do?
Mechanical
toys.
He played with mechanical toys. He played with
Mechanical
toys. Yes.
Looking at his newborn sister Maja, he is said to have said, "Fine, but where are her wheels?"
Yeah, see the interest. How his mind was totally mechanical. That when his younger sister was born, Maja was born, he said, "Well, fine, it is a very good thing that I have got a sister, but where are her wheels? Where are her
Wheels.
That means every time, whatever he thought of, he always thought of mechanics, machines and tools. His mind was full of machines and tool and mechanism. Didn't have normal, a baby is born with legs, no, and hands, but he didn't think of that. He just thought that she should be born with wheels, as the machines are there. Machines have wheels, the toys have wheels, am I right?
Sir.
Yes.
A headmaster once told his father that what Einstein chose as a profession would not matter because he will
Yeah.
never make a success.
Success. What the headmaster of Einstein had a very poor opinion about Einstein. He just told his father that whatever profession he might choose, he would never make a success. Never make a
Success.
This was a very poor opinion. That is the reason why I just believe that one should never have such opinion about any child. We should always try to give a positive remark. See the headmaster, what he told, that Einstein would never make a success in any field of learning. Any field of
Learning.
That was his wrong estimation or not?
Yes.
So the teacher should not make any approximation about a child like that. Thank you very much. We shall continue it on the next day. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.